What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is January 23rd of 2024, my first outing of the year. I've been away for a little bit from the YouTube platform. I believe the last video I shot was back in late September. I didn't upload that until early November, I think, so it's been a while. But I'm done school now. I should be getting a degree from Montgomery County Community College in the mail in the next week and a half or so, and now we're just working. So between work, I'm gonna have some time to fish, hopefully get some new species on the board by traveling to a couple different places, but we're sticking with it somewhat local today. I took a 30 or 40 minute drive out to one of these creeks here, and we're going to be after some wild brown trout. We still got some snow on the ground from the storm we had last Friday here in southeastern Pennsylvania, but I got the Ugly Stik Elite with me, the Shimano Sedona 2500 HG, and of course we got the trout magnet on there. I may switch up the color of that trout magnet to blend in better with the surroundings. The water's not too murky right now. It's pretty good visibility, I would say. I do have the polarized glasses if we need them though. I'm trying to get out earlier this week because all this snow is going to melt by the end of the week, because it's going up to like 60 degrees I think Friday here. So all this snow is probably going to melt and run right into this creek and raise the water level and make things a little murky. But today we got good water visibility, and hopefully there's some fish around looking to bite, specifically wild brown trout. The last time I was at this creek, it was February of last year, so it's been almost a year since I fished this creek, so we'll see if anything's changed. But we're going to cast this trout magnet around in little pools and eddies, and we're going to look to see if we can get any bites from some fish. So stay tuned, and hopefully we can put together a good day of fishing and our first outing of 2024. All right guys, switch from the gold trout magnet to this little trout magnet here. It's kind of translucent, got a little bit of sparkles in there, hopefully looking to imitate a wounded minnow or shiner or something of that sort. So I feel like there definitely should be fish in this hole here. We got some current coming in right over here, and there's a big rock in here, and the current creates a deep pocket right behind that rock and under this tree here. So I'm just been casting at this for like at least 30 casts now, trying to get a bite, but nothing as of yet, just a few snags. So hopefully a different presentation will do the trick, because they've gotten the trout magnet before at this spot, and specifically this color and the gold color, which is what I started out with. So hopefully we can get some bites produced, but this is only the first or second hole that we hit, so no time to panic, just fish. Guys, we got fish on, fish on. Please don't come on, please don't come on. Yes. There we go, guys. The mythical wild brown trout. Woo! Pretty little fella there. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot, and then we're gonna let this guy go. Nice one. Alright guys, so there we got our wild brown trout unhooked here. Pretty little fella. We're going to take one more shot of him, then we're going to let him go. Alright, time to let Mr. Brown Trout go here. Just ease him on back into the water. He's good to go. My hands are going to be freezing after that, but we caught a fish. We got the skunk off. First one of 2024. Now it's time to try find a more... Can't even talk now. Try and find some more fish. Came on the trout magnet. I casted right by that rock right there. Set the trout magnet, did a little bit of jigging in this pool, and got him right around there somewhere. Pretty cool and pretty cold. I'll say I thought we would have had a few more bites by now, but just fished this really good stretch here. A nice deep pocket on that side with just slight current. Feels like trout would just sit up there and just wait for stuff to float over top of them and come up and grab it, but No luck out of that stretch. There's a couple more spots that I've hit before, upstream a little bit further, and then it goes into some uncharted territory. So our future is uncertain here, but I'm going to give it the best I got to try and get a few more fish on the board. I saw a fallfish or a creek chub or something like that go after the bait just down a little bit from here, but that's not what we're after. I'll take it though if they're going to take the hook, but it was just nibbling. Well guys, this is not the target species, but it is in fact a fish. That there is my first fall fish of the year. These things seem to follow me around everywhere, all times of the year. There he is. Silly little fall fish took the trout magnet out of this beautiful run right here that was supposed to be intended for a trout. But after countless passes through here, I got this guy. So we're going to go ahead and take a shot, and then we're going to release this guy. He is squirmy. Alright guys, fall fish is going to go back in the water here. These guys are in the same family as the creek chub, the Dixie chub, and Sandhills chub that you get down south. The creek chub you can find pretty much anywhere up here. There's plenty of creek chub in this creek, I know. Well, we got 2 fish on the board. Let's see about a third, and hopefully it's our target species. Seems like these trout are rather picky today. It has been rather frigid. Today is the first day in a while that it's going above 30 degrees, or 40 degrees I should say. High is 43 degrees today, and that's supposed to happen later in the day when the sun's at its highest point. I don't know what temperature it is right now, but it's probably like 37 or 38, somewhere in there. Pretty cold. And that's a stick, right? That one looks like we may have to cut the line unless we can get this over here. Probably not gonna happen, but we'll see. I was just walking along the creek here, and there's a dead snake in the creek, and right now it's on my boot. Looks like it's a gardener snake that unfortunately fell into this creek here, or may have been picked up by a bird or something and then dropped in the creek, but he's not doing too well right now. Alright, well, let's keep moving along. Alright guys, this fish just came out of nowhere, so I didn't really get it on camera much. Let me give him some water here. That is a little baby brown trout. Fell for the trout magnet. Let's see if I can get a better look at him for you. There you go. Just a little tiny guy, but still a pretty guy. We're going to go ahead and take a shot of this guy, and then we're going to let him go. But that is our second wild brown trout of the day. Alright, we're going to wet our hands here before we handle this little guy. Pretty little guy. He's got nice red there on the, forget what they call it, the apodos fin, I believe. Oh, almost slipped out of our hands, but there he is. Pretty little guy. Go ahead and let him go. Over here. And he's good to swim another day. So, since I didn't get that on footage, the cast and everything, I'll show you what I did here. So, at the base of this tree right here, there's a couple rocks we got going on, and there's a little eddy right behind this rock right here. So I casted right in there. I just did the same thing I did for that other fish earlier, just digging along that little channel that's right behind the eddy, and that little trout came out and grabbed it. Now, not as quite the size of the other one, but it's still a trout nonetheless, and that's what we're after today. So I'll take anything I can get, especially for our first outing of the year. You know, we got to fine-tune the techniques so I can start hammering fish again come spring and summertime. But that'll be when the real species hunting starts. Right now we're going to be doing a lot of trout fishing until things warm back up. Probably around March is when we'll start doing the species hunting and try and get our life list up there. For those that don't really know what life listing is, it's where you go out and try and catch as many species as possible compared to the size of the fish. So you're not going after the giant behemoths all the time. Sometimes you are, but you mostly go after the little ones because there's more species diversity at the bottom of the food chain compared to the top of the food chain in most cases. So a lot of time it's little fish, but you see a lot of cool fish that other anglers don't really see unless it's in their bait bucket. Right now I'm at 146 species on my life list. Last year in 2023 I went from 97 all the way up to 146. So we had a good year last year. This year we'll probably have slightly less species, but it'll still be fun. I got my licenses for Pennsylvania, Maryland, and New Jersey yesterday, as well as saltwater registration for New Jersey. So hopefully we'll be able to find some cool species this year and get those numbers up on the life list. Guys, fish on. This is a decent one. Yes. Look at that baby. Nice. Getting a little bit of water there. Alright, we're gonna wet our hands, get them hooked. Let's let a little line out. Bail released. Close the bail. Set the rod down. Give them some more water. Look at that. Nice wild brown. Third one of the day. Let's take a shot of this guy and let's let him go. Alright guys, we got our wild brown unhooked here. Pretty little fella. We'll go ahead and let him go. He's off to swim another day. That guy came right from this branch here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there, right in front of that tree. There's a deep pocket right beneath it. I was just digging the trout magnet in that pocket. He came out and grabbed it. There's the trout magnet again. Third one of the day we caught on the trout magnet. All in this kind of translucent but sparkle mix we got going on here. I did switch out the jig head because the other one I was using popped off on a branch. So this is the black jig head. The one I caught the first one on was the silver kind of look to it. I believe it's called nickel. But these are the 1/64 ounce trout magnet jig heads that come with the trout magnets when you get them. Let's see if there's another fish in that pocket there, because that one came out pretty much right away. And that's a stick. Another fish on, another fish in the net. Just like that. Alright, hook popped right out, nice and easy. Look at the red spots on that guy. Pretty fish. Let's take a shot of him and then we're going to send him on his way. Alright, we're going to go ahead and wet our hands here. And then we're going to handle this fish. Those red spots are so pretty. There's a close-up for you guys. Nice fish. He's good to go. Came from right under this tree in front of me. Just like the other fish, another deep pocket. We got undercutting this tree here, and we just cast right ahead of that. Then jig it down through here. And then we got fish. That makes 4 wild brown trout on the day and 1 fall fish in about 2 hours of fishing, so not too bad. This is the first time I caught a trout this far up the creek. I haven't walked up this far before, but hopefully there'll be some fish further up, because I don't feel like I'm quite done yet for the day. That's also the most wild brown trout I caught at this creek in one outing. but I haven't really fished too much of this creek, so you know, not much to go on there. Maybe we can get lucky and get 5. I would already say today's a good day, but if we can get 5, that might make it a great day. All on spinning tackle too, not any flies like a lot of people like to use for these wild trout. Alright guys, we are now well into uncharted territory, so I have no clue what spots hold fish up here. I'm just looking for any cut banks or eddies that I could possibly cast at, but we're probably not going to fish for too much longer. Can't feel my feet anymore. My hands are getting to that point, but my hands aren't too bad. My feet, on the other hand, pretty cold. I put on 2 pairs of socks, but maybe next time we go for 3 pairs of socks. It is frigid. There might be a fish or 2 in here. It might not be deep enough, but we'll see. Well guys, it gets unbelievably deep over here, so there's no chance of wading through here. I'm going to try and get up on the bank here. If I don't slide down. Oh, sand. Alright. Sheesh. This looks pretty snaggy too. I'm probably going to fish this little cut here and then venture back onto the road and walk back to my car. So we're out in uncharted territory now. Looks like there's been a lot of deer moving around though. Guys, we got a fish on. It's a nice one. Get in the net. Yes. That's a good one to end on right there. That is number 5 on the day. By far the best sized fish. Whew. I think that's the biggest one I may have caught at this creek too. Nice brown trout. Wild. Great fish to end up the day on. Whew. Let's take a shot of this guy and then we're going to let him go. Alright guys, we're going to wet our hands to handle this guy. And we're gonna take one more shot and we're gonna let him go. That's perfect. Alright, thrown away. Last look at our brown trout. Very nice fish there. Now we're gonna put him back in the water here. Oh, he is good to go. Whew. Alright. That's worth it to come out this way. The rest of this bank here looks like it holds some fish too, but that's probably going to be all for today. My feet are cold. Feels like there might have been a little bit of water in my boot, but that's alright. Fish were caught, so it's worth the price of admission. Let's see what time it is. It is 11:57, so just about 12 o'clock. So 5 fish in just under 3 hours of fishing, and then 1 fall fish in there as well. Let's see what temperature it is. 41 degrees, so starting to heat up a little bit. So not a bad day overall. Probably one of the better days I've had on this creek. Although last February was kind of good too, but I forgot my GoPro. When I did that session, I caught 2 nice wild browns that day, and then I caught a mix of fall fish and creek chubs. But trout wise, we definitely did better today, and it was definitely worth the trip out here. So now I'm gonna go walk back up that giant hill and to my car that is parked along the road, and we're gonna go home and have some lunch and be warm the rest of the day. But there's always fish to be caught year round. You just got to know where to go and what to use. And today I think we knew where to go and what to use. So thank you for all who tuned in to watch this video. It's the first one I put out in a while, so Those that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Nate. I'm the host of the Ville Outdoors, but we should be able to get much more videos out now that we don't have school to worry about. And I just got a new car. Part of the reason I took some time off is because I totaled my last car that I had by hitting a deer on my way home from work one night. It jumped out in front of me as I was driving, and I didn't have time to even do anything. Thought it wasn't going to be totaled at first, but turns out there was some problems that went undetected and it had to be totaled. But we got a new car now, so we have something to drive, and we'll be able to put out some more videos and travel to some different places. So yeah, once again, good day of fishing overall. Thank you for those that tuned in, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.